Hi there, it's Mark Wickham here, Amazon #1 best-selling author of Effective Pricing for Accountants, and in this short video I'm going to share with you 3 key thoughts for how you would better price auto enrolment. As you probably know, in the UK auto enrolment has been coming in over the last few years, and it's a huge opportunity for accounting and bookkeeping firms and payroll organisations to make much more money from auto enrolment. So here's the 3 ideas for you. The first thing you need to decide is how are you going to calculate the price? How will you come up with different price points? And I think the best way to do that is to use software, because when you price in front of the client, involving them in the process, then software enables you to come up with a bespoke, unique price for that client's circumstances, and that will get you the very, very best price. It also means that when you use software in front of a client as part of a meeting, you have complete transparency, greater credibility and trust. Secondly, research has shown that when you involve the client in the pricing process, they often buy more stuff. And thirdly, if the price is too high, you can then use the software live in front of the client to just change the package until you get to a price they're willing and able to spend. So when you calculate price, and this is a piece of software called Cloud Pricing that I wrote, you would want to ask a series of questions to identify the complexity of auto enrolment. So for example, you might want to ask the client what type of business are they in, because some types of business create greater complexity. So for example, if they're in bars, cafes and restaurants, the catering industry, you tend to find you get much higher turnover of employees, and so that makes your auto enrolment setup and compliance service much more complex. You'd also want to find out how many employees they've got, do they currently have pension schemes, so you want to ask questions of the client to identify their circumstances, to then give them there and then in the meeting a fixed price. So that's the first idea. The second idea is you need to create different packages, different options, because it's a fact of life that different people value things differently. Different people are willing to pay different prices. So you have to come up with different options. So I would recommend that you come up with 3 choices, 3 options, and you might want to call them essential auto enrolment setup, full and premium. And then what you'll do is you'll take the client through the different elements of the different packages so they can choose the one that's right for them. For example, director-only companies, where it's very straightforward, they probably only need the essential setup, the basic entry level. But more complex businesses, larger businesses, might want something more than just the basic auto enrolment setup. So that's the second idea. And the third idea I want to share with you, this is really powerful. It's really important to think about how you express the price. So in other words, the number you calculate can have a big impact on the results you get. And one of these ideas is called Don't Reveal the Headline Price. It's a powerful piece of price psychology that's been proven to work time and time again. And it works like this. Imagine you have a service where the price might be £495. Let's say, for example, that is your standard price for setting people up in auto enrolment. Now, whilst there's nothing necessarily wrong with that price, it's what's called the headline price. £495 is the headline price or the total price. It's far better to use a technique which I call chunk it down and come up with smaller numbers. Now, as it happens, auto enrolment, when we're setting up auto enrolment, it's widely accepted that you need to allow 5 months to do the job properly. So rather than explain the price and show the price as £495, if instead you express it as 5 easy payments of £99, then it's exactly the same number. It still works out at £495, but it's been proven by price psychologists that this seems a smaller number. And so people will be less price sensitive, less focused on the price when you express it in this way. So that's my third idea and how I'd recommend that you express your price for auto enrolment setup services. Spread it over 5 payments. Now, if you want to find out more about this, I've created a series of more detailed videos teaching you even more about how you price an auto enrolment setup service. I take you through, for example, how you would create your brochure. So this is a professional looking brochure. This happens to be an accountant I work with, where you can create your packages so you can better communicate the value. And if you are using my cloud pricing software, then if you go to the user guide, you'll find videos in there telling you in much greater detail how to price other services just like auto enrolment.